Hey, hey, hey. Hello there. MKJ here with Bod Academy and callmemkj.com. I'm showing up because this is going to be a regular thing. Starting actually next Friday, I'm going to be going live with a couple of friends, and we're going to be discussing the things that I'll be discussing today. So, my background's quite a bit different. Been a lot of personal changes in life in the last year to year and a half. And you can go look at my other socials if you're interested in finding out what those things are. But today, I'm going to talk about how you can future proof your business um, with video, interactive video, and dark social conversation. So if you're not familiar with either of those terms, interactive video and dark social, I'm going to talk about them. But first, let me talk about the most important thing to future proof your business, and that is your point of view, your category, the things you stand for, the things you stand against, all of those things that make you completely unique from and differentiate you, what I call uncompetitionable with anyone who does anything remotely what you do. And the way you do that is not to be using somebody else's framework, using the standard frameworks of the gurus that are touting all their frameworks for going live or doing webinars or challenges or summits or anything like that. The way you future proof your business and the way you can specifically use these tools that I'm going to talk about today, use these techniques, is to truly stand for something and have a point of view that no one else has. And the way you determine that point of view is through innovation. So if you consider yourself an innovator and an early adopter, a first-time user, right, an early adopter, an innovator, then keep listening. If you're someone who likes to hang back and wait for things to be proven before you jump in, this is not going to be for you. This is not going to be comfortable, what I'm going to talk about. So when I say innovate, I don't mean the Steve Jobs and the Elon Musks of the world. If you've listened to my podcast, CEO Mischief Maker, this will be very clear. If you haven't, go listen to it because I talk extensively about this and I interview people about this. Phew, excuse me. Goodness. There you go. Now you know it's live because that's not going to be edited out. All right. So, what is innovation? Innovation is using your tacit knowledge. Look it up, TACIT. Tacit knowledge is your previous experience that basically impacts the way you look at the world, the intuition you have within your organization, the way you've done things and experienced whether they work or don't work. That you bring that with you in everything you do. So if you are an employee, then you bring that with you in your job. If you are an entrepreneur and you're starting a new gig, you bring that with you in your in everything you do in your business. That innovation is completely unique to you. That is what is going to it's going to identify or start to build your point of view. So, for example, my point of view in my business is, and in the work that I'm doing now with a company called Relatable, is very, very specific. There are very specific things I'm against, and there are very specific things that I'm for. And you might be surprised with some of the things I'm against because it is born out of experience with those things. So, for example, if you think you're building your community in your business because you have lots of followers on social media and lots of people engage with your posts, whether that's on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, I'm going to tell you you're wrong. You do not have a community and you do not have a business. You are promoting those social platforms. I call that kind of business building, I call it being an algorithm zombie. Because I talked about frameworks and and that the gurus tell you to do, the way that the gurus tell you to build businesses. Those frameworks require you to follow their rules and follow their guidelines and do it the way they decide to do. That is exactly the same as following an algorithm on one of the social platforms so that you can find more followers, so you can find more audience members, so you can try and get them to engage. You can go to any social platform and find a guru who's telling you exactly how to be successful on that platform. What they're doing is they're trying to help you beat the algorithm. In order to do that, you have to become an algorithm zombie. You have to shift what you focus on in your business based on what the algorithm's telling you to do. For example, if you were on LinkedIn and you were using carousels, because carousels were the it thing. That's what you had to do, was carousels. And now all of a sudden LinkedIn's like, never mind, no carousels. Well, there you go. You have to switch and follow what LinkedIn says is important rather than doing what's right for your business. Same with Facebook and Facebook groups. Facebook groups just put through that you can't use third-party softwares automatically in groups. There's a workaround in it, but they took away the normal way to do things, and now you have to shift. And so the algorithm is dictating what you do, rather than you being a strong business person and dictating how you are going to run your business, how you're going to create awareness for what you do and who you are, and your content and what's important to you. All those, if you just follow those algorithms, you are not sharing your point of view. You are not having a strong sense of what you're for and what you're against. So I'm against being an algorithm zombie. I'm against creating one-way funnels. My business used to be called Messenger Funnels. I'm against doing that because it is one way. It does not build relationships. The reason I'm against it is because I have two sons, 22 and 25, and they don't go into funnels. They don't opt into email funnels and follow them all the way through and watch the videos and go to webinars. The next generation coming up does not do things the way the previous generations have done things because they've been raised with the internet and software being ubiquitous. It's just part of daily life. It's just a way, it's just everything they do, they have to do with some piece of software and something on their phone, mostly on their phone. And so if that's just normal stuff, they can see all the pitfalls. They can see all the traps that marketers might lay for them to try and get them to act. All the FOMO, fear of missing out, all the fake urgency. This is going to go away. It's going to double in price next week. Bull honky. It's not. It's coming back again in that price, probably within the next month or two, maybe even sooner. They know that. They're not dumb. They've been raised in this environment. They can see the signs. So if you are just doing funnels and trying to get as many people in the top of that funnel so that you can bug the hell out of all the people going through so that you can trickle down a few of them at the bottom that might buy, who were probably ready to buy anyway, but then at the same time, you hurt your relationship with your potential customers, your reputation, by bugging the hell out of everybody and just trying to sell them, upsell, downsell, OTOs. You know what I'm talking about. I'm against those things. I am for building relationships. And we don't build relationships with funnels. We don't build relationships with just text emails. We build relationships. This is getting me to the first part of being future-proofed, with video, interactive video. So you're seeing me. You see what I look like, no makeup. This is it, baby. This is who I am. You see my background. It's not contrived. It's not manufactured. I don't have this perfect little background behind me. My kitty cat's down out on the deck there. I don't know if you can see her. You can see part of her. Yeah, there she is back there. This is just life, okay? If you don't like this kind of video and you want it manufactured and perfect with a background that's exactly the way you think of it, I'm not your gal. I'm not the person who might be best for you to hear things from. I want relationships, not manufactured funnels. Okay, I'm for that and I'm against that. So that brings me to the interactive video. And we also talked about how you can create your point of view. The way I structure the things that I do in the CEO Mischief Maker and Bot Academy and Relatable is through through mischief. And that stands for something: mindset, impact, strategic community, helping innovative entrepreneurs focus. So if you can structure your innovation, one of the ways you can do that is and get your point of view and understand and craft your point of view, what you're for and against, all those things, is through a book called Play Bigger. I've listed the link to that in the description, and you can go straight to that site and learn all about Play Bigger. It was published, I think, in 2000, maybe 17, 19, something like that. And it's going to outline everything I'm talking about, to how to make yourself different, to be different rather than bigger, faster, smarter, um, all those ers that we try and say when we're marketing a company, and there are competitors who do the same thing we do. If you create your point of view, if you innovate and you use your previous knowledge, your tacit knowledge, to inform the way you communicate, you have no competition. You are uncompetitionable. That's a word, I made it. So, what is interactive video? Well, this is what you're watching, even though it's live. It's passive video. You're just watching. Even if you comment, you're not actually interacting with the content, except through a comment. You're not actually engaging with the content. We are not engaging back and forth. It's the closest thing to interactive video, which is live video. But you can now create interactive videos pre-recorded. You can create an interactive video. You can create a video and make that video interactive. So this particular video, I might turn it into an interactive video. And I might, like right here, ask you, how have you used your tacit knowledge, your innovation, to innovate your space, your industry, your niche? How are you different from anyone else who does what you do in your niche? And that comes from your previous experience. So in my interactive video, once this is done, I will make this interactive and I will ask that question, and the video will actually stop, and you will be able to interact and answer that question via text or ABC choices. I'll decide that later. Probably text. I'll just ask you that question. That is being interactive in video, because now my audience can actually interact and engage with the content and share their opinions with me. In a pre-recorded video, you don't have to do it live. So that's one way to be interactive. Once someone does interact with that video and share their opinions or share their ideas and answer that question, I can then send another video and interact back. We can actually have a video-based conversation. That's building relationships. You get to see me. You get to see what I look like. You get to see my background. You get to see, you hear my tone of voice. You see how I use my hands all the time. If as I'm using my hands, if that's something that distracts you and you would rather have someone who sits and just talks like this, you're probably not going to want to interact with my videos. If you're cool with somebody using their hands to talk, moving around, actually being, lively, I don't know what word you want to use, being engaging with the way I move, and you like that, and it makes you smile, makes you engage more, makes you actually interact with the content more, then you're probably going to want to watch my videos. That's the only way we can build relationships at scale. Email doesn't do that. Email gets into our brains from just an understanding and intellectual way, but video like this, and especially interactive video, gets into our souls. It gets into our relationship function, the chemical elixirs in the brain that actually make us either attracted to that person, and I'm not talking romantically. I'm talking attracted, meaning you engage, you are on the same level, you want to hear more, you want to talk to that person. That chemical is what's engaging your brain if this speaks to you. Interactive video is the way that you will future-proof your business. If you take your videos and make them interactive, like I just mentioned, add a question, add a link or an image that takes people to another video, or it takes them to a way to connect with you either on other social platforms, via your newsletter, via another video. That's how you make that content interactive. And that's how you future proof your business, because you can actually do this at scale. So there's the first thing, interactive video. And you'll see also the link in the description for the platform that I use. It's called Relatable. And I am the partnership director. I'm the marketing director, but I'm also the partnership director for that company. So if you are someone who's interested, and again, you're an early adopter or an innovator, so you're not afraid to try new things and jump in to the deep end when something's new and exciting, then please contact me. I'll put that in the description as well, a way to communicate with me. So that is a very strong way. If you read the book Play Bigger, and you know that the native digitals, not the people who were born, who are older than 35, the younger than 35 are native digitals. They were raised with this technology. Native digitals are driving this change and this need to be future-proofed. And they're driving the desire for video, specifically from the CEOs. Okay, 70% of consumers prefer to purchase from a company when they see a video from the CEO. 55% of consumers are eager to recommend a company when they see a video from the CEO. Very powerful stuff, and I believe that's a Bright Cove study. Could be HubSpot, but anyway, I can put that specifically in the description as well. That's that statistic. I didn't make it up. All right, so that's interactive video. Now let's talk about dark social. If you've heard of dark social, it is the back channels that people communicate in. Again, if you're trying to advertise on Facebook or Google or LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, you're advertising to people. You're using money to place ads on these platforms, and you are pushing people from that ad into a funnel. You're not going to reach people like my sons who are 22 and 25. Why? Because they have ad blockers on their phones, and they do everything on their phones, and they have ad blockers everywhere. They subscribe to the YouTube that doesn't show ads. So how are you going to reach them if that's the only way that you advertise? There's a good question. Because they do that, because they have ad blockers, the way that they find products and services is through their friend group, through the people they trust. And those people communicate not on Facebook post. They don't go, hey guys, I saw this great product, and they do a post on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn, definitely not on LinkedIn, or TikTok. They have private Snap channels. And that's how they communicate, or via text groups. That is dark social. And that is something that until now, you couldn't necessarily track. That's going to come up for you in your website, in your Google Analytics. That's going to come up as a direct recommendation. Someone directly went to your site. And that's because it was shared with them in dark social. This is not the dark web. Dark web is a bad thing, right? That's where everybody steals, identities and all that stuff. No, this is dark social, meaning it's dark. You can't cast a light on it and find it and track it. You can't attribute your success or your clicks or anything like that to dark social, because it's happening in a private channel. It's happening in a private Slack group, in a subreddit, in a Discord channel, in a Snapchat, in a text group. It's happening in places that you can't necessarily attribute. So with dark social, one of the other things that you can do with this this product called Relatable, and in the framework of Relatable, the way that the things we stand for and against and the point of view, one of the things you can do is ask your viewers, when they're interacting with your video, ask them to share it, but not share it just on social. Okay, so I can share videos. You can share this video to anyone on YouTube or share it on Facebook or anything like that. The way you can use this tool to share in dark social is to ask your viewers to share it via text. So when they share via text, they actually the platform Relatable opens up, especially when they're on their phone, because this is built for your phone. That's another thing that the native digitals do, almost everything on their phone. Not just the native digitals, the rest of the world outside of the United States pretty much conducts everything they do on their phone. WhatsApp, right? So you can ask people to share via WhatsApp, and they have WhatsApp groups, and they can share your videos via WhatsApp. They can also share on their phones via text. So what happens is they click the little share icon, right? That it's the one we're all familiar with, sharing, and they click that. And when they choose share via text, their texting app on their phone opens up, and it allows them to share that video with anyone in their text contacts that they want, any group of people, any individual people. And this costs you, as the business owner, nothing, because they're not sharing via Twilio or any of the other texting apps that you are familiar with and trying to reach people's phones. This is person to person, phone to phone, and from someone they know, like, and trust already. So imagine how your business will thrive with inbound marketing, inbound contacts and leads, when you ask people to share your content, your videos, via private text, via private WhatsApp. That's being able to tap into dark social. And in this platform Relatable, you can track that. You can track who's coming in and who's clicking that button and sharing your content. That is how you can future proof your business. So next week, we are going to, my friends, Jim Fuhs and Peter Lisoskie, we are going to dive into how to generate awareness using these concepts, using the concepts of point of view, of what you're for and against, of stopping being an algorithm zombie, like I talked about in the beginning, and what the alternatives are now that you can change the way you market to go get into the future. The future is already here. The seismic shift has already occurred, and this is the direction that marketing is already headed. I just saw a LinkedIn post from Joe Polizzi yesterday that talks about that. The difference between rented land of social media and owned land of your own platform, your own membership, your own email list for communication. I don't do email funnels anymore either. Your own video platform like Relatable, where you collect all the data, you actually have conversations with people that build relationships. This is already happening. Look up dark social, look up interactive video relationships, because that's what we do. We don't just have interactive video. It's not just taking a quiz via video. It's actually building relationships via video. And if you're interested in more, I'm going to be publishing a whole tutorial series about exactly how to do this, from marketing best practices all the way through to building one of these interactive video relationship interactives, or relatables, we call them. I'm going to do it start to finish. And I'm going to be publishing that in a series of videos in a playlist next week. So if you're interested, stay tuned. You can check that out. They do have a free, Relatable has a free trial, so that you can dive in and check it out and see if it's something that's comfortable. Believe me, it's nothing like GHL. It's nothing like ClickFunnels. It is so simple. But if you don't understand the marketing principles of your point of view, and what you're for and against, and your category, like they talk about in Play Bigger, you're going to see the same kind of success you have with any other tool. If you don't stand out and differentiate yourself and innovate your space, like I talked about in the beginning, it doesn't matter what marketing you do. You're going to get the same results. You're going to probably have to rely on outbound marketing. This is inbound. You're creating an inbound pull when you actually stand for something online. People who also stand for those things will find you. So That's how you future proof your business with interactive video relationships and dark social conversations. Watch out for more. I'll be chatting again next week and sharing all those tutorial videos. And the next Friday, we'll go live again with my friends Jim and Peter, and we'll talk about how to create awareness and generate leads using interactive video relationships. Have a great Friday. If you're listening to this or watching this later, I would love to hear what you think. Drop a comment and let me know what you think. In the meantime, enjoy the journey and let's create a little bit of CEO mischief, shall we? Ciao.